So the other day, I was talking to one of the clients, and so this is a little bit different than what we normally do, but I just asked my team to, hey, record this. This story was coming out of my fingers as I was texting a client who was, talking about, gosh, every time I level up and I'm doing all these big things, it just seems like the profit isn't there. And so I wrote this story, and it goes like this. I used to ponder the good old days when it was straight Cairo, collecting 1.2 million with 5 or 6 staff. The overhead was low and the profits were high, and life felt simpler. But as I moved into bigger games, the stakes grew. The money was still there, higher than ever, but so were the salaries, the overhead, and the sheer number of people it took to keep this bigger machine running. Sometimes it felt like inflation in an economy, costs rising faster than production. And just like in the economy, the only solution was to increase the output. To do that, I needed superstars, people without drama, problems, or excuses. These gems are often hidden among the sea of people who now run your machine. But talent alone isn't enough. It also requires systems, policies, and procedures to ensure that the machine is operated efficiently and consistently. After all, a machine is only as strong as its weakest link. So how do you find the weak links? You monitor KPIs. These metrics reveal who is not producing or contributing to growth, and who might be holding things back. And when issues are identified, the solutions must be clear and effective. The right approach, the machine starts to run more smoothly and more efficiency. But efficiency isn't enough. Every machine requires maintenance, regular proactive upkeep to ensure that it doesn't break down under pressure. The big question is, do you have the right technician in place? Someone trained to identify when things are out of balance, in need of repair, or beyond repair and requiring replacement. This is often a hidden vacuum in the grand operation, ensuring that maintenance is happening at the right time, in the right way, and is properly documented. Without this, the next technician comes in, wastes their time trying to figure out what's already been done, or even worse, repeats the mistakes. Documentation, training, and preparation create the continuity needed to keep the machine humming along. The journey from a simple lean operation to a complex, high-performing machine is both challenging and rewarding. It's a test of leadership, vision, discipline, but when every part of the machine, every person, every process, every system works together seamlessly, it becomes unstoppable. That's when effort pays off and the machine runs not just effectively, but extraordinarily. So there's a lot of moving parts. Some of us go from, back in the day, it was like we ran a straight Cairo office. Just seeing patient visits was super easy. And then we added massage therapists, and we added nutrition. And then later down the line, integrating practices and adding a rehab bay and adding a nurse practitioner. And don't grow weary doing good. You had a vision for this, but no, it's just a machine, and certain machines take different parts and need different things. So having good systems so that as your machine grows, your team grows and your output grows, but it's your collections is superseding what you're outputting, and the reward is still there. So if that's off balance, that can start to make you feel angry, frustrated, hopeless, all these other things. But it's this delicate, fine balance of getting all of the things right, that you can continue to grow and expand instead of staying small, because sometimes small feels comfortable, and sometimes staying small is much more profitable. So I encourage you to look at all of these things, all of the systems, and say, how do I maximize that? So it's easy for owners and executives to burn out sometimes. So I suggest to burn brightly, not out, have good team members along with you, have good policies and procedures in place, grow your machine, because the bigger it is, the bigger impact that you can have on the world. But remember to do the right things at the right time so that it doesn't get lopsided and it becomes more of a hindrance than a help. So that was a story that came from my fingers the other day, and I just thought maybe I'd put it somewhere and somebody would read it and it would resonate to them. I actually read it to my kiddos who are 16 and 17, or actually 16 and 18 now, and it was really cool to hear their interpretation of that. So don't grow weary doing good. God has given you a vision for bigger, but make sure you have the right people who want to carry out the mission and the vision with you. And that's where things become extraordinary. So that's my story for today. Be blessed, be a blessing. We'll see you next time.